मैले केही देखिनँ।
देखिनस्? केही पनि देखिनस्? उत्तम, म तँलाई आज केही देखाउँछु।
Dakini. This was really smart how the filmmakers set up the story, giving you the background information, and it prepared you for the journey that you were going to take with them. I loved the fact that they did it in black and white, and they had kind of splashes of color in there. And the DP that they chose really knew how to make black and white the richness of the tone. They knew how to light it to make it look absolutely pristine, which was very, very cool. The makeup artist too did such a wonderful job on this. The story itself was really kind of wild because you think you know what's going on, but then with the twists and turns, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen. This had a really cool old world vibe to it, but it also felt very Sin City, probably because of the visuals, but yeah, it was nicely done.
I love the entire concept behind this film, and it's masterfully done. It has intrigue where they use it mainly in black and white, but they have certain colors like yellow and red and a few others that just pop out on the black and white, meaning they had an excellent colorist. It's really a good theme, and the colors popping up really shows different personalities and how people change and what's going on in the script, and really the concept of good versus evil, the idea of exploring it through different cultures and how it works and what they believe and everything else. It's an amazing concept, and to show it through this culture, through Dakini, is great. It's a fun way to entertain without and educate about a different culture without reading a boring textbook. It's one that really captures your attention because this whole film is enthralled with mystery from the beginning to the end. Your heart is racing by the end. It really goes through it because you feel like you're right in this battle of good and evil with these characters.
Dakini. So there's an ongoing struggle between good and evil forces, and it feels like everyone has two sides of them in this. You have a good side, you have an evil side, and we get to see the shift in a lot of the characters as this evil force emerges within him, or the inner good emerges within him, and the roles shift. Lots of use of black and white, grays, shadows, and then there are specific pops of color that are used, whether it's on a detail on the lips or a detail on the clothing. That kind of draws your attention specifically to that one thing, which I thought was a really beautiful way to highlight these characters and actors.
This was a wonderful watch. I enjoyed the black and white style of the film. It allows the viewers to quickly sink into the world and allows us to sort of engage with the story and the characters from the start. I enjoyed the notion and the themes of good versus evil and how this film really showcases both sides equally and showing viewers that when there is good, there is evil, and vice versa. And overall, I really enjoyed this short film.
Dakini is a film that seems to be heavily inspired by folklore and mythology. This sense of gods and goddesses potentially at war with each other, butting heads. Here we have the lion meeting the bull, and they're bashing heads. And we get to see this in such a beautiful way. The film is in black and white almost. There are two different predominant colors that you see. The first color that you see is this golden yellow almost, and it is put on our young boy who ends up being the son of the older gentleman that we get to be introduced with in the film. And it's covered, it gives this notion of it could be dirt, it could be some type of element. We see it on the camera as yellow, and the next time we see the color yellow would be alongside the rope where the woman is actually held onto. And I think this is a good representation of heeding this warning, right? She tries to convince you and does a really good job in building this within the film of having this moment where you sort of fall for the trap, right? It's leading you to believe that the person who is doing good is actually the bad guy. So it sort of flips on you, right? As we have this moment of discovery, a moment of disbelief almost, when we see this moment being built up. And I think they do a really good job at building things up in this film. I think the really nice build, the thing about thrillers is more about the build-up than the actual moment that's taking place here. And I say that with this specific scene within this film because it alludes to potentially amputating the young woman. And you feel for your feet right away in this moment. And she does a really good job in making you feel like she is the victim, which is the whole point for her to come out and have this big reveal as she wears this bold red, this angry, fiery, villainous rage that ends up, you end up connecting with this power of the bull that, you know, they see this red and they see this fit of rage. And there's this nice build-up between the two boys as they are having this father and son moment of, are you ready to take on this next chapter, this next quest? I don't know if you're ready for it, but it's here and it has arrived.